Alrighty, normally when I do a gig diary, I get a bunch of footage of me leaving my house, loading the car, and driving, but this was a hell of a week, so I finally remembered to start filming as I was walking into the venue after loading in all my gear. Speaking of heavy stuff, did you know that adult male lions can weigh over 400 pounds? This week I'm playing with Alex Boyé. For those of you who don't know Alex, he is an incredibly talented performer, singer, songwriter, and actor. He was part of a European chart-topping boy band in the 90s called Awesome, and has performed alongside people like George Michael, Bryan Adams, Simon and Garfunkel, MC Hammer, and he even opened for Olivia Newton-John at the Royal Albert Concert Hall. He also made quite a name for himself on YouTube with Africanized pop song covers and other music videos that have garnered over 1 billion views on his channel, and now he's become quite the activist. He's currently doing what he calls a small town tour, where he goes to small towns in the western United States, talks to high school students in those small towns about mental health, and puts on a show or two in the evening for those small towns. So here we are at Soundcheck, running some of the songs because part of the chaos of this week was that I got the text about this gig on Monday, and the first show was on Friday. So this was the first time that the band was actually able to get together to run through everything. While we were at Soundcheck, the governor of Gunnison was there and told us that the town's rivalry high school football game was happening that night. So Alex asked if he could sing the national anthem, so here's a little bit of that.
And the home of the brave,
This was super cool because his voice echoed through the whole valley. Hey, speaking of loud noises, did you know that a lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away? Alrighty, here's the fit check for the show. Whatever. Here's the B&B they put us up in. And, of course, that building across the street there is the venue. I don't think there are any stoplights in this small town, so here's us running across the street. I guess I missed the cowboy hat memo. Apparently country music has been pretty big in Africa lately, so Alex has been writing some country music. You know what else is big in Africa? The lion population. That's right, about 98% of the world's lion population is located in Africa. We, of course, had to stop and get a picture with the marquee. This unflattering angle is at the first night of the show. Here's me walking down the stairs of the B&B. We were about to go eat lunch and it was kind of gloomy and dark that morning. Did you know that lionesses hunt mostly in the dark and in stormy weather? They have great night vision and the bad weather helps to mask their movements. So at the first show, Alex talked on stage about how there's no steakhouse in Gunnison and like 6 people came up and offered to feed us a steak lunch the next day. So here we are. The guy who owned this house has lived on this street his whole life and that tree was over 100 years old. Here's the meal. Hey, did you know that lions can eat around 90 pounds of meat in one meal? Here I am running across the street again, so let's talk about this theater. This theater has been around since 1913 and boasts the record as being the longest run cinema in the western United States. It also had these really cool bulldog statues that apparently scared the crap out of Alex's manager, Chico. Here I am backstage, and this creepy staircase that you're going to see in a sec actually leads to an old Prohibition speakeasy in the basement that used to have tunnels that connected all over the city. Kinda wild. And here's night 2. I decided to see what the venue looked like, and oh, hey look, a lion. Anyway, here's the performance of night 2. Sorry for how spotty my camera lens is. There must be some dust on it. Hey, speaking of spots, did you know that young lions actually have spots and rosettes on them that they eventually grow out of? Tonight, of course, I had the Rev Star as my kind of main electric guitar, and then I was playing my old faithful Takamine acoustic. This was my first real serious acoustic guitar, and honestly, this brand is seriously slept on. Here's the old faithful pedal board with my page turner right beneath it because I had to use an iPad because like I said, I had 5 days to learn all the songs for the set, and there's the old faithful Boss Katana as well. Here we are loading up. Thanks for coming to the Casino Star Theater in Gunnison, Utah with me. I gotta get home and sleep like a lion. 'Cause lions sleep up to 20 hours in a day. Had to sneak one more in there. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, like and subscribe. My name is Mac Wright. We'll see you around.